Hello everyone. Today let us try to understand function generator using op-amp. Let us try to conduct an experiment to generate sine, triangular and square wave outputs and also to determine the frequency of oscillations. And to conduct this experiment, we need 7 4 op-amp in 3 numbers. We need resistors and capacitors as per the circuit requirement, and we need CRO to check the output waveform. We need a DC power supply for the op-amps and breadboard for the connection of the circuit or rigging up of the circuit. And so this is the circuit which we are supposed to connect, and we can see that we are using 3741 op-amps, and the first op-amp is going to give an output of square wave, and we can also call it as a square wave generator, and that output of first op-amp is connected as input to the next circuit or the next op-amp, and this is an integrated circuit. So we can get a triangular wave output from the second op-amp, and the output of the second op-amp is connected as an input to the next circuit for the third op-amp, and again that is also an integrator, and output of the third op-amp will get a sinusoidal output waveform. Okay, so like that we are able to get a square, triangular and sinusoidal waveforms without giving any input signal. Only VCC and VE, that is the power supply, DC power supply to the op-amps are given. Based on only using that, these circuits are able to generate square, triangular and sinusoidal waveforms by themselves. We can even see that the nature of waveform, what we are expecting from the output of these circuits. So the sinusoidal waveform we are expecting from the third op-amp output, and a square wave output we can expect from the first op-amp circuit, and a triangular wave output we can expect from a second op-amp circuit. And let us see whether we are going to get it or not. So the same circuit which is shown, so that is already rigged up on the breadboard. So we can see that there are 3 op-amps used here. In the 741 op-amp, it is a 8-pin IC, so which has 8 pins, and according to the pin numbers as it is shown in the circuit diagram, the connections are done. Fine. And this is connected to the DC regulated power supply is used to provide the VCC and VE for the op-amps. We can use a single power supply to feed the VCC and VE for all the 3 op-amps. Okay. So this is regarding the circuit connection or rigging up of the circuit on the breadboard. Now let us try to understand how the circuit works when we give a power supply, how the circuit is going to behave, or whether we are able to get the required output waveforms, that we will see. So can you please switch on the supply? So now the power supply is switched on. We have to set the DC supply to plus 12 volt and minus 12 volt. So there we go. The VCC is set to be plus 12 volt. We can use fine tune adjustment to set it exactly at 12. Yeah. So now the DC supply for the op-amps is set to plus 12 volt and minus 12 volt. Okay. And once this is connected, now we can check what is the voltage or what is the type of waveform available at the output of op amp 1. So can you please connect to the pin number 6 of op amp 1. See, now we have connected to the pin number 6 of the first op amp as we have seen in the circuit. So what we are expecting from the output of the first op amp is a square wave. So whether we are able to get that. So the connection which is done now, it is the CRO connection. The CRO positive terminal is now connected to the pin number 6, and that CRO is connected to channel 1 in the CRO. Okay. So we can see that the channel 1 is set to be a 5 volt. The scale of the channel 1 is 5 volt. And we are able to get around 10 volt peak output voltage, and it is square in nature, right? So from the first op amp we are able to get a square wave output as we can see in the CRO. We can measure or we can calculate the frequency of these oscillations by measuring the time period. Okay, so now so that is the output of first op amp, right? So similarly, let us try to understand, or let us see what will happen at the output of second op amp. So the first op amp, the orientation of the IC is like this. So the pin number 1 starts from this point, and so we are connected on the other side, means that is the pin number 6. So pin number 1 here to 1 to 4 is on the one side, and on the other side it starts from pin number 5 to pin number 8. 5, 6, 7, 8. So pin number 6 is the output. That's what we have connected, right? And for the second op amp, the connection of the circuit is done in such a way that the pin number 1 is on this side. So this is pin number 1, and so on that side we have pin number 1, 2, 3, 4. So these are the pin numbers of op amp, and this side we have pin number 5, 6, 7, 8. Correct? So that is the orientation of the op amp. Compared to this, it is this op amp's orientation is different. Okay. So now let us connect the CRO probe to the output of second op amp, and let us see what is the output we can get. So now the wire probe of the CRO is connected to pin number 6 of second op amp, and we are expecting a triangular wave output from the second op amp, and I think we are getting the triangular wave output waveform. You can see that the amplitude of this waveform is 6 volt, or peak to peak is 12 volt, and the frequency it is going to remain same. Whatever we have got for the square wave, the frequency of this waveform is going to remain same, and that is around see, we can measure the frequency using the time scale here. So if you start measuring the time from some reference point or the starting point of the waveform. So if you consider this as the starting point of the waveform, we have to consider one complete cycle. So from here, this is one half cycle, and this is another half cycle. So from here to here, that is one cycle. So what is the time taken to complete this one cycle? That will give the time period. And here we have set the time to be 0.2 millisecond per on the x-axis. That is the scale of the x-axis. So that means now the waveform is taking 4 boxes or 4 centimeters. So we can take the time period to be 0.8 milliseconds. Right. and for that the frequency what we can get, the frequency of oscillation we can get is if you want to calculate, it is f is equal to 1 by t. Very simple. So f we are going to get it as 1.25 kilohertz, right? So that is the frequency of oscillations what we are getting. So similarly we can try to see the output of the third op amp also. So can you please connect the CRO to the output of third op amp? Yeah. So now the CRO probe is connected to pin number 6 of the third op amp, and we are expecting a sinusoidal nature of the waveform, and we are getting the sinusoidal waveform, and we can observe that the frequency of oscillations is same, correct, but the nature of waveform has changed, right? So we have used one same circuit or a single circuit to get the three different waveforms. We are able to generate three different waveforms. That is, we have generated a square wave, triangular wave, as well as a sinusoidal wave. Right. I hope you have enjoyed the waveform, you have enjoyed the experiment, and I am sure you are able to conduct this experiment on the breadboard anytime. Thank you.